Hi YouTube, I have something to say, and it's really big, kind of rhymes with the word day. I don't know what it could be. All that when we come right back. So I got some big news. I'm pretty sure you have no idea and it's gonna blindside you. I'm gay. You already probably knew that. Here in New York is actually finally Pride time, and I have a crazy story about that. I actually just realized I left my window open, and New York is crazy loud, so if you hear random stuff outside, my sincere apologies. Anyway, back to being gay. So, it's Pride Month here, and Pride is actually happening, I believe, this weekend here. And I don't think that talking about your sexuality or any of that stuff should only be done once a year around Pride time. But I kind of have a unique story with Pride because I actually used to hate it. I didn't understand it. I thought it was stupid. And it all came from where I grew up at and my understanding of what it was. I grew up in East Texas, complete, like in the middle Bible Belt, let's say. Very low education about what homosexuality was. I wasn't exposed to it. I didn't know what it was. It took a long time for me to figure myself out. Yada yada yada. There's actually a video that should come up here that I did on a TV show about a year ago of my own story, and I kind of got to go deeper because the show was an hour long, and I like to try to keep these nice and short so that if you're watching on your phone or whatever, it's easy. But basically, all you need to know was it was complete hell growing up in this environment. I struggled with myself. I hated it. I didn't understand how I was ever going to find my way out. I prayed a lot. I thought that was the way that you pray the gay away. I had a lot of family members tell me how wrong I was going to hell. The church I was going to was telling me I was going to hell. And I could never understand this because the craziest thing about like being on the right side of something or being on the side of yourself. I knew who I was. It's just the same way that a straight person knows who they are. It's something so easy and so innate to who you are. So when somebody's coming at you telling you were wrong, your first thought in your head is like, you're an idiot. Like, I know who I am. Who are you to tell me what I am? I could say the same thing about you. You're wrong for being straight or whatever it is. And it takes time and understanding, and since I came from a situation where I didn't really know what it was, I can understand people coming out with me this, and I appreciate any time somebody who is 100% straight and then they go out and they support gay rights or they're fully accepting. I think that's amazing because they're having to step so far outside of themselves to appreciate somebody else for who they are, and that's beautiful. Why I wasn't such a fan of Pride, in my head at this time, I look a lot younger than I really am, but where I grew up at, being gay was wrong. In the America I lived in, being gay was wrong. Family members were telling me it was wrong, and I always thought, okay, so we have a pride parade. One, what are you proud of? Like, everybody hates us. Why are we flaunting this around? Two, coming from being an animal trainer, if you don't like a behavior, EX people telling us, how awful we are, we're going to hell and all of this stuff. Why do we want to shove it in their face? We're just giving them more ammo. And then I finally went to my first Pride Parade. One of my best friends invited me. I had a blast. I saw how beautiful it was and how open and loving everybody was there. And that, in this crazy world, nowhere else could they probably express themselves like this, but in this one moment, you could go openly, express yourself, be who you are, be around other like-minded people who accepted you for that. And that's really freeing. If that's the one time a year somebody has that in their life, wow, they deserved it. And so that was kind of my evolution. Funny story, I ended up getting hit on by a stripper that night, a girl stripper. Should be a photo. But it was like my first time in a gay bar it was crazy. I didn't know what to think. It was overwhelming. Obviously, I evolved as a person and all of that changed, but it took a lot of digging inside myself, and I first wasn't really comfortable with overly gay people or flamboyant people because it was weird to me. I didn't understand it. And I had to go through an evolution, as most people do, because when it's different from yourself, you have a hard time understanding it. As I got older, understood it more, read more, researched more, educated my own self, I realized how beautiful the rainbow is and how beautiful Pride is. When they decided to make it the rainbow, I think that was the best decision you can ever make, because inside of that rainbow, it should includes everybody: straight, gay, bi, lesbian, transgender, all of the new stuff that I don't even fully understand today, that people are able to express themselves in new ways than we ever have before, because we're putting vocabulary to it and we're seeing things in a more open mind, and science is changing the way that we even look at something as simple as what we thought was simple as gender, and how gender is different than what biological part you're born with. It's beautiful when all the colors, of course, are beautiful on their own, but when they come together and they create a rainbow, thanks, Clark, it makes this a beautiful, beautiful thing. And that's what the truth is. It's the truth about the LGBTQ community. When they come together, it's beautiful. Add the straight people in there. It is this beautiful thing that makes what humanity is. And the truth is, most people, according to what science is guessing at right now, are close to the bisexual spot. Doesn't mean they're actually bi, they can go both ways, but most people lie somewhere around this edge, and that's where a lot of people get this, oh, it's a choice, because at some point in time in their head, they thought it was a choice because they had a feeling or something like that. But the truth is, that's not it. It's very gray, and there's people that fall all throughout that spectrum, off that spectrum if you're asexual or any of this stuff. And the truth is, you're normal. There's 7-point-something billion people on the planet. Genetically, different stuff is bound to happen. That's the way that we have human life. That's the way that we have all of the different stuff that we have in the world. It's a numbers game, and you are who you are. And over time, being born different, it forced me to see the world from totally different eyes, and I can no longer ever stand silent when I see somebody being oppressed, some group being oppressed, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be who you are and to be told that you are wrong for it. No. Fuck that. You are not wrong. You're exactly who you're meant to be, and you're beautiful. And when we all come together, we make this beautiful, beautiful image that we call a rainbow. All my love. Don't forget, go out and do something good in the world. Subscribe, press like, dislike, comment, whatever you gotta do, you do you, I'll do me, and I'll see you next Friday.